I am
Morning.
surrounded by boxes, guys. I can't even tell you how many hours it took, but it's so worth it. It's so wonderful.
Oh, Dee, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very stressful moving.
It is very, honestly, it took hours and hours and hours, June, on Friday. That we started at 9 in the morning and we finished at 10 at night. We were here at 10 at night.
It's mad. It's mad. I bet it looks lovely.
Thank you.
And it took months, like it doesn't do in Scotland, of course, June.
Yeah.
I know.
No, it doesn't.
I know. I know. Yes.
I mean, the thing is, why can't we have what you have?
Yeah.
Because you're perfect in Scotland. Oh, and now, everybody, we must tell you that June is our honorary Wonderbird today. Aren't you, June?
Yes, I've just flown into the nest.
So, guys, you're all going to come round for lots of bubbly to celebrate.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Natalie, what have you been up to? You look very demure in white.
Don't I just bought this little blouse. It's my little dream blouse I've just bought from Zara. It's so, and I'm going to go and have to buy another one because whenever I love something, I always think you have to have two of them because you
true
or discontinued or something. So I think I might have to pay a little bit of attention and go and get another one of these.
Well, good. Yeah. So, Junie, you're the guest today is your friend.
Yes, Brian Rennie, who is also from Dundee, believe it or not.
And tell us what he does.
Brian Rennie is a top fashion designer, and he's designed for Oscars, red carpets, from Kim Basinger to Angela Bassett to Lady Diana.
To June Field.
To June Field, yes. I've got one of his lovely jackets. So
which I tried to steal when I came to your house.
You tried to steal it. Yeah. I can't have, no, because it's just lovely. It suited you as well, so you need to have one. But he's just a lovely guy, and he's very down to earth. But you know, he's been there, seen it, done it, bought the t-shirt, and he's just, of course, he's Scottish as well.
So welcome to the wonderful,
and his partner, who I do believe you did a little duet with, Junie.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
A duet with somebody else's partner? What are you talking about?
Oh, we did a single together, The Prayer. Ferdinand, Rennie and I did a single together called The Prayer, the one that Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli did. We sang that together.
Oh, how lovely. Well, perhaps we can hear it.
A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended.
Hi. Oh, my
goodness.
I've heard so much about you from June. I mean, it's all good, and it's more than good.
That can't be.
Oh, I love what you. Sorry, guys. I'm just interested in what's behind you. That wonderful sofa.
Oh,
what's going on?
Yeah, this is a little cottage here in Argyll in Scotland, and as you can see, we love colour.
Oh, it's beautiful! It's so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And all the
Good morning,
June. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi, darling.
Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. It's a surprise for you.
It is a lovely surprise. Yeah.
How did all of this start then with you in design?
It's really weird, but it started with a bar girl in a cowboy movie.
What?
When I was a kid, I used to always draw. And on Saturday afternoons, they always used to have these cowboy movies on. So I started to draw the bar girls, the saloon girls, and then I realised if you could change the skirt, change the corset, and then that's how I got into it. And then Cilla Black used to have her Saturday night show, so I started to draw dresses for Cilla Black, and that's how it started.
Wow. I've never had a dress, actually. Well, I have had a costume made for me. I mean, lots of costumes for shows, but I've never actually had someone look at me and think, oh, I'd like to design this way. Must be very interesting.
You would be a dream to design something for.
Oh, look. Yeah. Sorry, did I just do that in public? Yes, well, yeah, I mean, that would be lovely. But I think the thing is that I think, to get things designed for you all the time must be fantastic, really fantastic to do. I mean, who is your ideal person?
I always get asked as a designer if you have a muse. And I always say, why would you have one woman in your head that you want to keep happy when I would rather keep hundreds, thousands of women happy? Every woman has.
Darling, I wish every man thought like you.
Yes, absolutely.
There are some out, they think like him, but not so many. I can confirm.
No, the thing is, women have curves, and my job is to, make sure these curves are really well framed and presented in the right way. And what I realized in my career, there was times when I was 20 years with Escada as creative director. And I would be in America 6 to 8 times a year doing trunk shows for these super, super rich American women with amazing, amazing bodies. But what I soon learned is every woman, whether it's a celebrity, whether it's a wife of someone famous, whether it's a woman who's very, very, successful in her own right, every woman has something that they're not happy about in their body. And sometimes the designer is all about being a psychiatrist. I'd be standing in front of these naked women with amazing bodies, and it's like, what do you want to hide your arms for? You look amazing. Never understand women. That's probably
it's weird,
it's
isn't
very
it?
quiet there.
what I'm talking about.
Ryan, I've got, because now big asses are really in, aren't they? Suddenly, big bums.
You can get a bit too big,
Yeah, I agree. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Either.
I don't know. I mean, I'm probably the wrong one to ask about it, but I don't think it's very attractive when you get these women who are doing these operations to make their butt look even bigger than it is. No, don't get that.
I mean, the thing is, we're going to have a ridiculous conversation now. Natalie, I want you to, Natalie would agree with me with this. I mean, who is the big bum for? So it's not for you as a woman because you can't see it. And I don't think it's very comfortable to sit on. So it's obviously for a man.
Yeah, but I don't get it. I don't get it either. Either men have very weird tastes or there's something very, very strange about it. I mean, from a practical point of view, I mean, you're carting around all this extra fat on your butt. You can't sit down properly. Getting close to fit must be a nightmare. And if you've got one naturally, fine, but don't try and get an operation to make it easy. Don't get that.
Things to enhance a small waist. I mean, like Victorian times, and you'd have a bustle, or you'd have at some point a crinoline. That was always to emphasize your curviness and your small waist, wasn't it? The bustle, the bustle that what they had bum pads as well, didn't they? And then
all these crazy stuff but I mean, all those years ago, it was men who were the designers. So it was men who were putting the women into all these crazy shapes. All the famous designers from the Victorian times, the men's time. It was men who were doing this. And it's just crazy. I'm so happy now that everything, now everything is in stretch fabric, so it's all about comfort. Even my silk dresses, my wedding dresses, I always use stretch fabrics in them, because nobody wants to feel uncomfortable at all.
Absolutely. No, it is quite interesting how uncomfortable, and actually how heavy some evening dresses are. I mean, it's like slapping around. I mean, it's ridiculous. They are so heavy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We just wearing his to look for some dresses for an event some women were asking for, and I was just always wondering, the same as you are, this heaviness. How can you walk around the whole evening? Even though they are fantastic, but this is what beauty asks for, or I don't know. I don't understand it.
Evening dresses are much lighter anyway, aren't they? I think it's the vintage ones with the heavy beads are the really heavy ones.
Yeah, no, I've done, I must admit, some very, very heavy dresses in my career. You know, my handwriting was all about hand embroidered dresses. We used to have some that were like incredibly heavy. I know from myself when we were preparing the fashion shows, you know, or we're on photo shoots, carrying, you know, 3 or 4 of these dresses at the same time. My God, they were heavy. What I try to do now is to do everything beaded on very, very light, straight chiffon and keep the linings very, very light. The only good thing about the heavier dresses is you could build in all these, you know, like hidden corset type things. But of course, that would make everything much more heavy. But it's always a very, very fine line. You know, do you want to, you know, if it's a one special occasion? I know when I was making things for the Oscars, the celebrities did not care about comfort. It was all about the look.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, for instance, she was one of the most, I never got it, you know, it was tighter, everything has to be tighter, you know, and she couldn't walk. She was like hobbling in the dress, but she said, I don't care. It's all about what I look like on camera. I don't care if I can't sit down. I don't care. I don't need to go to the loo. I just want those 4 minutes on stage where I'm being filmed to look amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Tell us about the big sort of Hollywood icons. You were telling me, you know, when I spoke to you ages ago, and that's all about that because that's so exciting.
I've been very, very lucky in my career. I've dressed all different women types. You know, probably the highlight was dressing Kim Basinger for the Oscars when she won for LA Confidential. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Oprah Winfrey, Mariah Carey, Beyonce, Halle Berry. I did Jennifer Lopez's first wedding dress.
Then.
I did J-Lo's wedding dress. I did Angela Bassett's wedding dress.
Wow.
And it was incredible. You know, when I was at Escada, we were one of the first ones to make a big thing about dressing celebrities. We had a VIP dressing room when we rebuilt the store in Beverly Hills. And then we were just very, very lucky. You know, the first person who came in to look was Denzel Washington, who brought his wife Pauletta in. Through him, Angela came in. Through dressing Angela, her stylist was the stylist for J-Lo, and that was a complete fluke. Philip Bloch, the stylist, called me up and said, you know, I'm working with this amazing woman and she's getting married and she's just making her first movie and nobody knows who she is. So nobody wants to dress her. We've called Versace, we've called Armani, we've called everybody and nobody wants her. And working with you is great, Brian. Would you take a gamble and dress this unknown? But she's going to be big, believe me. I said, sure. And that was Jennifer Lopez.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Wow.
Absolutely brilliant. So tell us, what are you doing these days now that you're here? Or aren't you really here? Are you just here sometimes?
Well, Scotland is our base. This is where we, you know, my husband loved Scotland before he loved me. And, we were looking for somewhere to stay, and he said, you know, let's go back to Scotland. So Scotland is our base, and it's amazing. We're surrounded by cows and sheep and amazing countryside and fabulous people that keep, you know, you really down to earth. And it's a great inspirational place for Ferdinand to sing. And it's a great base for me. You know, the glitz and glamour of the fashion world is not always glitz and glamour. It's hard work, it's tough. It's not a nice environment to be in sometimes. So I think I have the best of both worlds. I still do made-to-measure wedding dresses, celebrity evening dresses, but I have this fabulous deal with, it sounds weird, but with a home shopping company in Germany. And it's nothing at all like the home shopping companies that you guys know here in the UK. I'm the most expensive person worldwide. Sheepskin coats for 1,500 euros, fragrances for 90 euros, leather jackets for 600 euros. I have a really, really high-class clientele there, and I go over 3-4 times a month to do these live shows in Germany, which is crazy, but it's fun.
Wow. That sounds really, really incredible. And what would you say to somebody who would like to get into fashion these days? Because it's a very, very hard business to get into, a bit like our business. What would you say to a young student who really wants to do this?
Oh, it's really, really different. When I was studying, for instance, there was nowhere in Scotland where you could study fashion. Everybody was against it. My mum was against it, but she ended up being the best dressed woman in Scotland with with wardrobes, and I emphasize the word wardrobe, full of escada, you know, shoes, bags, perfume, you name. Every time she came over to see a fashion show, she went back with suitcases full of clothes. But nowadays, it's like everybody thinks it's an amazing business to be in. There's fashion colleges all over the country now. But the problem is these schools are bringing out too many people, and it's a tough business out there. For instance, when I went to the Royal College of Art, there were 150 people were after 15 places. You know, it was crazy, crazy, crazy. Whereas nowadays, everywhere is offering fashion courses, and it's not easy out there. Things have changed. You know, at the height of my career, I was dressing all these celebrities. We were having photo shoots with Linda Evangelista, with Naomi Campbell, with Claudia Schiffer, with Tatiana Patic, you know, all the top models. And nowadays, anybody with a camera thinks they're an influencer, thinks that they can be a stylist, think they can be a designer. It's tough out there. It's very tough. So many big companies have went bust. So my advice would be think very, very carefully if design is really what you want to get into, because the glamorous jobs are not out there anymore.
Wow.
But Ferdinand, may I just say that I hear that a little bird told me, and we're the Wonderbirds, of course, that you've got a brilliant voice and that you've done a duet with somebody we know very well, not very far from here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I really enjoyed this duet. Thank you for saying that. I really loved it, and I know who this little bird is.
Where are you from, Ferdinand?
I'm born in Austria.
Oh, Austria!
Yes.
Oh, Servus!
Yes, servus. Yeah.
I'm half Austrian.
Nein.
Yeah,
That's-
you see my chickens.
Yeah, now I see it, of course. Where is your family from?
No, my mother was from Vienna.
Vienna. Okay, I'm born in Graz. So this is fantastic. So we can talk in German now.
No, we can't because I don't speak very much German.
No, but you would. Yeah, I understand.
If I was with you for a while, it would warm up a bit.
Yes,
but,
yes. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
yeah, so you've got very good taste, Brian.
Thank you.
Both of us.
So does he.
Well, of course.
The thing was, you know, we met June through you know, her business, you know, and she gave me a fantastic reading. Also, Ferdinand was very, very positive, helped us. We were not quite sure which way we were going. And none of us had any idea that June Field has this amazing singing voice.
Yeah.
And Ferdinand is always looking for different duet partners. And then one day, you know, we got to know June quite well, and I met her several times in Dundee, where I'm from. And then one day we were just fooling about and said, you know, why don't you guys go to the studio together?
Yes.
Well, we've got your single, and we're going to play it.
I pray we'll find your light.
I pray we'll find your light.
And hold it in our heart.
And hold it in our heart.
When stars go out each night.
When stars go out each night.
Remind us where you are.
Wow. June, you know you could sing, and Ferdinand, wow, both of you, amazing.
So much. No, I really enjoyed it. So it's just like this beautiful things when you have the gift of a good voice, And music brings people so much together, and it depends, of course, on the taste and the songs and everything. But it's lovely. So I really enjoyed working with June. We have another project in the pipeline now,
Ooh.
But you know,
which I'm really very keen of. I'm flying to Germany this next days for starting this new production, the backings and everything. So
yeah,
that life.
I was a bit nervous, I must admit, when I was asked to do it, because you've got such a rich voice and I don't. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get lost in this. And when we did it, we wanted to see how it worked, but it worked really well. You know,
Absolutely.
but I everything went, oh my God, you have to hear his voice, and I'm going to get, you know, I don't know why he wanted me, but it did. It worked well together, and we had fun doing it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was the good thing was this experience of singing together in the studio, because this is I did some duets over my career, lifetime, and it's so different. Some people just sing for their own, on their own. They don't care, don't mind the duet part, which is not so nice, but we sang together, we breathed together and enjoyed it together, and that's, I think, why the result is really very, very good. Yeah.
Oh, well, guys, we are thrilled to be actually the first people to air this, are we, Jim?
Oh my God,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
the year.
Music and fashion for us is a big thing. I did a fashion show, for instance, in Monte Carlo, where I was sitting at the table with Prince Albert and Charlene and the Bagel. And Ferdinand sang at the event, and here's a little bit of gossip. So
Yes,
we had the fashion show, and then I sat down for dinner directly opposite Albert, and Charlene was next to me. Then Ferdinand got up to sing, and Charlene said, "Oh, who's this guy? He's very good." I said, "Oh, he's my husband." She said, "Oh my God." And she said, "Albert, that's Brian's husband. Isn't he hot?"
Lovely.
Well,
Is he
yeah.
at the ball?
At the ball.
See you at the ball, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Looking forward. Thank you.
We
And
do.
a little tip, when we see you at the ball next month, make
Yeah.
sure you have very good dancing shoes on, because this guy doesn't stop dancing.
It's him. It's him.
We'll see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't
Bye-bye.
wait
Lots
to
of
see you.
love.
Wow. Well, what a lovely interview. And thank you so much, Junie, for bringing your friends. Bring more friends.
Yeah, they're lovely, lovely people.
Lovely people. Now, Natalie has got something very important to tell us. Natalie, tell us about your feet. Well, what's been happening with your foot? This is very boring. But
I tell you what's been very boring. I've had an incredibly painful foot for the last probably 10, 11 months, and I haven't known what it is. And eventually they decided it was a stress fracture, and it's now coming to winter, and I've been walking around in kind of summer shoes and then this boot to solve everything. And I thought, what on earth am I going to do? Because now the winter's drawing in, and I have just received some pavers, and I put them on. I have to tell you, look at these, aren't they wonderful? I put them on and I thought, oh, I've been saved, because I have not been able to find anything comfortable because of the pain in my foot to walk in. And they're this kind of gorgeous sort of olivey, mushroomy colour, and they've got all this woolly stuff in the middle. They are the most cool things. So pavers, thank you, because not only are they gorgeous boots, but I'm also going to be able to have, well, to be able to walk with this painful foot.
we've got to go because we've run out of time.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.